Chapter 2, A Touch of Lightning. The space between them hummed with a silent energy. Kael's ungloved hand now hovered a mere breath from Elara's, the proximity alone sending a thrill of anticipation through her. It had begun months ago, this dangerous dance. A glance held a moment too long across the Grand Library's central rotunda. Then a scroll left innocently on a reading stand, its hollowed-out core containing a single, pressed, night-blooming Sirius flower, a treasure from the Shadow Grove. Her response was a sun-amber locket, placed deliberately in the wrong section of the stacks. They were messages in a bottle, cast into a sea of hostility. Their first spoken words had been here, in this very restricted section, a hushed argument over the interpretation of a pre-schism text that had dissolved into stunned silence when they realized their conclusions were identical. From that shared understanding, a fragile trust had bloomed in the dark, fed by stolen moments and whispered truths. "Every time I come here," Elara whispered, her eyes locked on their almost touching hands, "I feel the eyes of 1,000 painted ancestors on the ceiling judging me." "And every time," Kael murmured in reply, "I feel the chill of the grove's sentinels at my back, but it is a price I would pay 1,000 times over." Slowly, as if moving through water, Elara turned her hand palm up. An invitation, a surrender. Kael's fingers, cool and steady, finally descended to meet hers. The contact was electric. It was not a gentle warmth, but a jolt, a cascade of lightning and static that raced up her arm and settled deep in her chest, making her breath catch. To her people, the sun-blessed, such a sensation would be deemed a corruption, a vile staining of their pure light by the taint of shadow. She had been taught that any touch from the grove folk would feel like ice and death. But this was not death. It was a shocking, vibrant aliveness. It was the feeling of a missing piece of her soul snapping into place. She saw the same awe and defiance reflected in Kael's violet eyes. For him, raised to believe the sun quartz light was a scorching, sterile fire, her touch should have been a burn. Instead, it was a warmth that thawed a coldness he hadn't known lived within him. His fingers interlaced with hers, and the world outside their small, hidden isle ceased to exist. The war, the laws, the generations of hatred, it all melted into a distant hum, drowned out by the thunderous beat of her own heart. "We can't keep doing this, Kael," she breathed, the words a painful confession. Her gaze dropped to their joined hands, a stark contrast of pale gold against moon-kissed gray. The visual proof of their transgression was both terrifying and beautiful. "If we're discovered, your people mine, they would show no mercy." "What would they do?" Kael's voice was low, threaded with a steel she rarely heard. His thumb stroked the back of her hand in a slow, soothing rhythm that belied the tension in his frame. "Execute us. In some ways, that would be a cleaner fate than the one we have now, living in a world where I am forbidden from seeing you." He said the words with a rebel's courage, but Elara felt the fine, almost imperceptible tremor in his hand. His bravery was for her. His fear was the rational part of him that knew the terrifying reality of their situation. His touch, his presence, was the only thing that made the fear bearable. In this forbidden space, with